So I've just been watching the telly there and watching James Martin, and rather inspired me to do some videoing of some cooking in the kitchen. Basic ingredient for all dishes: the humble onion. I only really need half for this dish. Chop it fairly fine. What I do with the pork fillet is I trim it up and then I cut it into medallions and pack it in one of these backpacks, because obviously there's far too much for me in the whole fillet, and about 3 medallions is quite sufficient for me. You need very few materials, ingredients for this dish. The rest of them is some cream fraiche, Dijon mustard, a vegetable stock cube, and just some parsley really for decoration. I'm going to use my favourite pan. I don't know what it's called, I think it's a buffet pan, Le Creuset. Very good for cooking small dishes when you're just cooking for one. This dish will be serving with rice, so we just need the pan for the rice, a little bit of water, pop him on there, and then we'll set that off, because that rice takes 18 minutes to cook. It's Asda, boiled in the bag, and it takes a little bit longer than the Uncle Ben's rice. So I'll just get that water on the go, and all this will only going to take about 10 minutes at most to cook, so I can be doing that while the rice is boiling. Right, the rice is boiling now, so the water's boiling, so we can pop the rice in, get on with that. Set my timer for 18 minutes.
Okay, 18 minutes of counting.
So now we can crack on with the main part of the dish. A little bit of olive oil, and pop our 3 medallions in. I'll just peel the stock cube, and that can be ready for when it's needed. A little bit high. Down a little bit. Just going to cook one side of these, and then when I turn them over I'll pop the onions in. Pop off the mustard. That's okay. A little bit. I'm not used to cooking on gas. I've been cooking on induction for such a long time now, and I've I've cooked on gas before, a long time ago when I lived in the flat above the salon, but I used to love it, but I'm afraid I just got so used to the induction that I love that I don't like this at all. It's very messy. Right, I'm going to turn those over. All these splashes that you get when you're cooking things like this, with the moisture mixing with the oil, it's so difficult to clean all this lot down, whereas with the induction it was just a wipe down and a polish. Great. So as soon as I can get round to it, as soon as I can get people in, and a little bit of skin in there, as soon as I can get people in, then the induction hob will be going in. That is priority for me. It's so controllable. It's as controllable as the gas. Okay, that's the water boiled. We'll make our stock. Won't need very much. There we go. And once these onions have softened, we can just start making the sauce. Okay, that's looking fine now. Got a plate warming in here. I think we'll just take pork out and we'll just keep it warm in the oven. There we go. I'll just add the stock in there. Turn that up a bit to help reduce the liquid. Show my timer. 8 minutes to go. Started cooking a bit too early really. Still 8 minutes to go on the rice. Never mind. I'll bash on. So cream fresh. How's that looking? A little bit thick, got a bit more stock in there. That's better. And the Dijon mustard. You can use whole grain mustard for this as well. It's equally as nice. It's just I'm not keen on the seeds in whole grain mustard. I like the flavour. And what I normally do here is just add a cap full of brandy, but I haven't got any brandy. I must get Nick to get me some. I thought I had it, but when I checked, it was rum. And then I'm just going to put in there a little bit of parsley. Not that it'll do much for flavour, but it'll make it look nicer. A little bit more. There we go. And some black pepper. And just a little sprinkling of salt. And that's it. That's it now. I'm going to turn that off because we don't want it to start splitting. Let's see how it tastes. Yes, it's nice. It's missing the brandy. Not to worry. Just pop the lid on there, keep that warm. You can add a little bit of garlic, a clove of garlic to this dish if you like garlic. It does give it a nice flavour, but we're not doing that today. Okay, that's the rice done now, so we can drain that. Cannywanna. As they say in Scotland. There we go. Get rid of that. Yeah. Nice rice that, Asda really. Just takes a long time to cook. Okay, I think we're ready to serve up. Let's see what's this one. A little bit of rice. That's quite sufficient for me. I don't eat very much these days. There we are. Pork Dijon with rice.